Hello there, welcome to Blue Harvest Toys and my coverage of Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. That's a mouthful, I know. We're going to start off with my talk I did on Vintage Star Wars 101. Enjoy.
I only put business cards up for the first two rows, so I thought that was optimistic. But if you want a business card, Paul's there. My camera one. Just come up, get a card. There's a QR code on the back, and you'll subscribe to my channel there. That'd be nice. Right, so who collects? Yay! Most of you probably know more than me, so I don't pretend to know everything, because you can't know everything. You can't. It's a minefield. What I want to do today is tell you my personal journey of collecting, basically, and go into a few variants. I do have a bit of a Bespin focus, Bespin look, Bespin layer. I quite like layer. I've got a big layer collection. If you see my channel, you'll see my layer collection. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, there is that. Lots of Bespin layers. Lots of Bespin. There's lots of. These are all the variants that we'll talk about in a bit. So might as well start. It's 10 to 5. We'll get started. I first started collecting. I got my first figure. Darth Vader. Remember it clearly. Remember that so well. I remember getting it from the market, going back home, listening to the radio drama. I don't know if anybody knows the radio drama. That was just back in my day. Yes, I'm not old. Star Wars wasn't the movie. I saw Star Wars twice before 1982. Star Wars were these guys. You made your own stories. You used imagination, which is lacking these days. I won't go down that road. I won't go ranting about that, but yeah. You made your own stories. There were lots of books, lots of comics, but there wasn't enough, basically. So you made your own stories with these guys. I do collect a lot of toys. If you know me by my channel, I collect a lot of toys, a lot of things I had as a kid, but these are the most important things to me. These mean the most. Certainly do. Anybody the Echo base? Anybody follow Echo base? Yeah? I've got the Echo guide. I was going to use it today, but I don't think I will. But they're available. Check Echo Base on Facebook. They are fantastic. If you want, I'm not going to go and tell you where to buy vintage, because you'll know where to buy it. But Echo Base is one of the best places. eBay's all right, but you've got to be careful. What I want to do is I want a bit of interaction. I want somebody to come up in a bit and look at these. I've got some accessories here, and I'm going to mix them up. I want somebody to tell me which are the repro, basically. So these three lots. I was going to do each weapon, but you know what? I don't buy a lot of it. I don't buy a lot of repro. I've kind of had one given. I've had a while. And so what we're going to do is, that's kind of giving it away. Yeah, I want somebody to come up and tell me which pile of the three is repro. We'll do that in a bit. So, obviously, Star Wars, you got your first 12. And I think the first variant, the first 12, was the Han Solo, because we first got small head hand. I know this is going to look small at the back, obviously. I've not got a protection or anything like that. This is just off the top of my head. I've made no No plans, I've got no bullet points, no nothing. This is just off the top of my head. This is what I do on my live streams. I just waffle on about Star Wars and toys and things like that. So bear with me, please. So we have small head ham, which to me looks alright. It looks alright to me. But they thought, you know, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. So they made a humongous head that looks like Cliff Richard. I don't know, which one would you prefer, the small or the big? Small. There we go. It's the same with the Jawa. The Jawa. Violet Cape Jawa. Now, that looks alright. Obviously now we know it's worth so much more than the cloth cape, but Kenner in their infinite wisdom decided, no, we're going to put a cloth cape on. And now obviously, as we know, the vinyl cape is worth so much more. I don't know. It's, I'm going to put that in a pile. Yeah, so, the variations, I would class the variation as a factory run change. Now, with the looks, we'll go into farm boy look. Where you've got the different coloured hair, you've got the olive, you've got your brown, and you've got your yellow. Or, is that a variant or is it a factory change? Is it just something that they had a different mix of paint that day? I think it is. I think it's a factory change. So I would class that as a variant. Definitely. The same with the Ben Kenobi. We've got a grey hair and a white hair Ben Kenobi. There we go. It's very. If you've got one or the other, you think, is it grey or is it white? But if you look them both together, it's obvious what they are. Then going on to, we've got the R5, the R5D4. Obviously, that is the red bar R5, which basically is a little bit of a red bar on the side of it. But that is one of the mysteries. The thing about Star Wars collecting is mysteries. Absolute mysteries. Going on to the Ugnaught, who's got a blue apron Ugnaught? Anybody? You got one? Now, I only see purple ones now. It's very hard to get a blue one. And I want to get a blue one and do a little bit of an experiment. Not sun damage it as such, but, you know, see if it is degradation of the cloth, of the colour. Because back when we first collected, they're all blue. They're all blue, and now they're all purple. Now, is that a variant? Anybody? Is that a variant? No? Yeah, so R2D2, one of my favourite characters. We've got the solid head, then we've got the periscope, which I've brought in for some reason, I don't know. Then we've got the pop-up lightsaber one. But we've got the Takara one as well. And if you've got the Echo-based guide, that is the actual one that's in the guide. That is the famous one. So yeah, variants can be anything. I think. I've got all these Bespin layers here, and they're all different. I think Bespin layer is the figure with the most variants. I mean, I'm not going to go down the cape route. I'm not going to go down the cape route, but I mean the first one is the skin neck and the polo neck variants, which is a factory change. But there's a gold neck one, there's the pink neck one, and then obviously there's a lot of different polo neck ones. But then there's the hair hair colours as well. There's a red-haired one. There's just so many different breast pin layers as well, which you can go down a right rabbit hole with that one. Right, so what else have we got? We've got more layers. I love my layers. So this one's got a risers, upwards like that, which I have to keep that. Again, with best spin look, we have a POC, we have a PVP. I've tried to collect as many different looks as I can. Every time you get a look, it's totally different. Every time you buy a look. I mean, I've seen a couple today. I nearly bought because they were different from what I've got. So I'm getting those. So yeah, my personal journey with Star Wars was getting Vader first. Getting as many as the first 12 was good. We didn't get Princess Leia. I didn't buy Princess Leia as a kid. No, you don't have girl figures. You don't have girl figures. But I've made up for it since. It's really good. It's into the journey of collecting. I think is better. You can go out and buy everything. You want to go out and buy everything. You can buy everything. If you've got the money, buy everything. But I think as a collector, what the best thing is to find them as cheap as possible. I'm from Yorkshire. I like things cheap. But I try and buy. I think that's a good thing about collecting. You can buy them cheap. You can buy. I bought a layer for 20p. Beta, but it is a Star Wars figure for 20p. And people say, like the last 17, say Yak first, last 17. How much would it pay for like Yak first? They should be about £200. But I've seen them go for a lot more. But just don't buy them. Don't just go for them. Just because you've got the money, just don't buy them. Just try it and enjoy your collection. Enjoy it. Enjoy your spending, and finding that thing you need for as cheap as possible. That's what the thrill of the chase. The thrill of the chase of collecting is finding the things you need for as cheap as possible. That's what I say. I always say that. I have got the full 96 now. I just need 4 blasters and a bow, which it cost me about £1,000 to finish it off. £1,000 for 4 blasters and a bow. But I'm not going to go out and buy them simply because why should I? Why should I? It'd finish my collection, but then I'd be finished, and then what do I do? What do I do then? Variants, obviously. There are other things to collect, the player sets and vehicles and all that, but we're just talking about things today. And yeah, it's just the 3 rules I go for is don't spend too much. Have a budget. Enjoy yourself. Don't if it's stressful. It's supposed to be fun. Collecting is supposed to be fun. Don't make it stressful. Do not make it stressful, especially your bank balance. And as I said, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's a hobby at the end of the day. I know a lot of people seem to think it's more than a hobby, which, it can be sometimes, but it is, at the end of the day, it's a hobby. They're toys. That's what they are, little bits of plastic. But I love them. I love them. I would not be without them. And yeah, I did go through a bit of a rough patch a couple of years ago, and I used these as a crutch. I would look at these in my cabinet and smile and think, there is something worth living. Not living for. That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? It probably was. It probably helped me through a lot of pain, knowing. And a lot of people do say, don't use them as a crutch, but you know what I said to them? Do what you want. collect what you want. Oh, this is not repro. No. Yeah. So anybody want to come up and check these and see? Wants to see which is a repro? No? Nobody want to come up? I've got a couple of prizes. Not much, but you know.
You have to get them all right to get the prize.
No, ouch.
Here we go.
Imagine.
We have to tell you which of the three.
Yeah. One of them's a bit of a giveaway.
We touch it here.
Yeah, yeah. Run. I'll give you a clue. One of the files has got retro in.
One of them has retro, right? Some of them are
retro
real.
and repro, yeah.
We work together. So the key is this one, right?
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to say that. That looks like yeah, it's from. Yeah. Well, that's from that one. That's just the bad print. I think that's a factor. I think this is the big one. That's kind of. I can't tell if that's marker. Or cut, but I don't think it was that detailed. At least
We're just doing the.
one of them has a repo.
Oh, okay.
That's what you
Oh,
said,
one
right?
of the three groups. Is that what
Mhm.
that's one
It's not
repro.
repro.
No.
One of the three. That's repro and retro.
I don't remember. I have one with my hands. It's her.
Yeah, she's that one. It's the middle one. The pop-up lightsaber out too. Lightsaber. It's got an APM.
Yeah. I don't want to touch it, but yeah.
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 APM in the handle. The thing with these layer blasters, they're just too bloody good.
Same thing with the Java, right? Like, is that real? Because I thought. Yeah, right. Right, right. That's missing. I'm thinking. Sorry. Yeah.
That one from that one are retro.
That's what I had. This I was going to say. Yep. Yep. Spend so much time looking at it under light.
Do you know the way I test is to feel to hold the
The lights
plastic.
don't work
Plastic.
anymore.
Yeah,
The water doesn't work
Plastic.
anymore.
You can tell.
That's why I
That's
I
what's
could
it.
touch
Just if you've got accessories and you don't want repro, I'm not saying don't want repro. I'm just saying if you don't want it, which I don't, get used to it. Get used to feeling it and knowing what a real one. If you know it's a real one, get used to it. Get used to the plastic, the feel of the plastic. Yeah. Because the new stuff is harder.
Yeah, it does that.
It's harder, and you can tell in the plastic. They don't use all the same plastic anymore. Different plastic.
But now the 3D print too. That's-
Yeah, the 3D printed as well. I mean, you feel that layer plastic.
Yeah.
It's rock hard
If I did that in cracking.
compared to that one.
Those are bendable now.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to
better.
bend it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
It's a little 3D printed, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people say floor test. I don't use a floor test. Floor test is so inconclusive. The drop test is okay, again because of the plastic. The sound is different as well as the feel, but I think just feel it. Just get it. I mean that lights are just so quiet. You can bend it compared with that one. Yeah, it's I like that. Sorry. Yeah, that you can just tell. It's just totally different. I mean, that's again with the float test. It's inconclusive. It's just so hard. You've got to research. That's what I say. When you start collecting anything, do your research. Get books. Again, the Echo guide. Get onto Echo Base. Get the Echo guide. That is so good. They do a few different ones. They do car backs, vehicles, but the figure one. I think one of the vendors is selling them today. I forgot which vendor it is. But there's a vendor downstairs that has got these Echo guides, and they're brilliant. They're brilliant. I should have bought some up and should have given them out, but they are really useful. I mean, there's other guides as well. There's other guides out there. Roland, the French guy, he's put a new book out, which is brilliant. Red 5. I have not got that yet. I did back it, but I haven't got it yet. But apparently it's really good. There's the Kellerman, the original Kellerman, which is a bit out of date now. But it's good, it's alright. It's very expensive, very expensive. The book I did use for a long time is this little guide from 2005. All it is like pictures of velvet figures. It goes up to like the vintage, up to Saga collection, and it gives you valuations, which obviously the 2005 valuations were totally. But it gives you a bit of an idea of how much things are as well. Valuing, because that's my job. I value vintage toys. The Star Wars tracker. You want to value if you've got a collection, if you want to value your collection, use the tracker. If you're starting out collecting, get the tracker. I'm not sponsored by it, just get that. It's an app. I think it's £25 a year, but it saves you money. If you're going out collecting, it gives you the up-to-date price of all the figures, the vehicles, everything vintage Star Wars is in that, coins, everything. So I would say Star Wars tracker. I don't know if he's here this weekend, Jared. But, he's there. He's there. He's got a code, haven't you?
Sorry.
Have you got a code?
Hello.
A code for us. He used to be TSW 25, wasn't it? TSW-25.
Yeah, they rotated around a bit, so I'll try and think of when I'll come up to the end.
Yeah. If anybody wants to talk to Gary then, he could have come on. He could have come up. If I'd have known, he could have come in.
Your panel?
Yeah. Well, I got let down by a couple of people, so this is why. I'm a bit awkward, I know. I'll admit that. On my live streams, I can't see anybody. So I'm just looking at a screen. I'm looking at people, and it's a bit awkward for me. I'm a bit shy. And I'm saying a lot, I know. I'm quite aware of that. But yeah, is there any questions? Anybody wants to ask about vintage?
I have a question, and I've been collecting since, right? I find it odd, especially with the yak face up there, that when I was looking 10, 15 years ago, I couldn't find any of them. Right? Now, everyone has 20 to 30 of them.
Yeah.
How do you know? Like that, my son even say, I want to buy it. I'm like, don't buy one, because unless you get a graded one, I'm not sure they're real.
Well, are you talking about Stunt Solo?
Well, not just him, but just in general. I know they put the print. He doesn't print it on the back of it, but
They are, unfortunately, they are pretty good.
yes, that's my
Stunt Solo
concern.
are really good.
Right?
But they are expensive. I think I paid £220 for him. But somebody bought it for me. Somebody bought it for me to pay him. So I probably wouldn't have spent that much. I think the most I've actually paid for a figure is the pop-up R2, which was 250. And the last 17, the last 5 of the last 17, I actually made money on. So if people are saying last 17 are expensive, which they are, it's 200, 300. It's the weapons really. It's the weapons that you're paying. The figures aren't that expensive. It's the accessories. Like I'm saying, I need the 4 blasters, and it's going to be about £1,000 for those 4 blasters. But I made money. I think I got another pop-up R2, and I got 4 of the figures that I needed. And they came with coins. So I sold the R2D2, which I sold it for the same price that I paid for that. I could have made double money, but I didn't. And I made £180 on the coins. I thought, I got them and I thought, shall I start collecting the coins? I went, no thanks. So yeah, I sold them for 100. So I actually made money on it. So it's who you know as well. Get out there, network with people. And let them know what you're after. I mean, we have a WhatsApp group that they've got all the collectors on, and if they see something that we all know what we want. So if we see something that we know somebody else wants, we'll put it on that group, or we'll message them independently and say, look, I've got this, do you want me to make it all fit? Do things like that. That's the best way to try and get them as cheap as possible. But yeah, yak face, it goes up and down. It goes up and down.
I have a question. This guy was fighting. He was a sergeant. He wants a stormtrooper that has the green on it. Have you seen that, or do you know anything about that?
The what, sorry?
The stormtrooper, and he has a green stripe on him. I think it's supposed to signify sergeant. Have you ever heard or seen that? You're looking all over for that.
Unless somebody's gone with the felt tip. No, I've not heard of that one.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Do you have a favorite figure?
That's been long. Simply because it came with 2 accessories. The first figure came with 2 accessories. And with the first set we got a loose lightsaber, as well as a blaster. And it's just got cool in it. It's just so cool. It's our little kid. Yeah, so, I mean, I love the R2. I am trying to get a Droid Factory R2. But I'm looking down on the shop floor right now and they're quite expensive. I'm after a blue snaggletooth as well from my variants. I think 250, 300 is the lowest. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. I have recently got this red bar R5, which, again, eBay. This was in a Millennium Falcon. The listing said Millennium Falcon 3 figures, and I was going through the pictures. He showed 2 figures. He showed small head hand and Chewie. I thought, well, there's another figure somewhere. I'm looking through. Red bar R5. Just sat there, lies there. I'm thinking, has anybody else seen that? And nobody must have seen it because I got the lot for £133, and I've sold the Millennium Falcon for 100. So I think I sold the Millennium Falcon for 100 and the Han Solo for 20. So more or less, I've nearly got a red bar R5 free. So that's what I'm saying. You just do your research, look out for things, network, get people involved, get your family involved, your family as well. They can look through things, and they might think it's a bit nerdy, but you know. So anybody else got a question?
I think the price is going to come down.
The price is coming down.
I think it will come down.
Yes, eventually. It's like anything. Trains, diecast, like figures. It's generational, isn't it? The thing with Star Wars is though, it's still going. And kids are collecting them. So it won't go down, it won't drop drastically for a while yet. The bottom will fall out of the market eventually though. That's the way of the world. I think one of the things with the carded figures is the glue is going to degrade and these bubbles are going to fall off. Maybe not for another 40 years, hopefully. But you get people that open carded figures, and that obviously makes the price go up. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go down. It keeps to rise, doesn't it? It keeps rising. Keeps rising. It keeps astounding everybody that these things are. I mean, some things are always steady. Prices are always steady on some items. It's like the Jawa. You could get it for 25, 30 pounds. You look at you pay 45, 50 now for a good little Jawa. But yeah, it's.
Is there a big variation? Because obviously these aren't in boxes and things like that. But oh, well, you know, we collect stuff, don't touch it. They leave it in its original box, which sort of detracts from the whole thing, really, isn't it? So is there a big variation in the sort of values, like you said about the small head hands at 20 odd quid? I mean, if that was one of the first ones, do you think that would be worth quite a lot of money? But is it because there were lots of them? Or?
The big head and small head, there's not a lot of difference, but I have seen today one a lot more than the other, which I thought, well, that's up to the seller. But no, it's the things like with the different haircuts, it's no different. It's whatever you like best, you know what I mean? It's like the Yoda. I am after an orange snake Yoda because I've got a brown snake. Now the brown snake Yoda's gone up £260. Why? They've always been £60 for years, both colours. Maybe orange being a bit lower. But why have they risen so much? Why has the brown snake risen? When the orange snake has stayed the same? I don't know. And I've got a friend in America who's been after a brown snake for so long. And I've been trying to get him one. He's got one now, but he didn't want to pay more than £30 just for the snake. But that's quite difficult to get a snake. I mean, that's the point is, I'm not going to say buy complete, no. General advice is buy complete, because what you're going to be paying for afterwards is the accessories.
Is that because they're easily lost? Is that because they're easily lost?
Yes. I mean, Princess Leia lost it. I've lost a black one. I lost a black one when the plumbers come in. I think there's something on in the vacuum cleaner. But yeah, it seems to be the smallest blasters, like the indoor pilot blaster. That has risen. I need two of the black ones. It seems to be the black ones as well, the later ones. The Palace blaster. I need two of the Palace blasters. But yeah, they are easily lost. The thing is, when I was a kid, I always used to put them in matchboxes, so I never lost any accessories. I'm quite good for that. So yeah, and going back to my personal journeys, I sold my vintage Star Wars figures in 1985 for 18 figures. And that's my confession for today. Right, any more questions?
Oh, what about bootlegs? Are you going to look at getting them as well, like the Turkish ones and stuff?
Those are.
Yeah.
I'd love to get anything. I'd love to get bootlegs. Love, but they're so expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
So expensive.
Like
Yeah,
Irish as well.
I would like to go down. I mean, I've got PvP, I've got Little Eddie, Luke, speeder bikes as well. I've got a PvP speeder bike, and I love speeder bikes, so I get the various speeder bikes. But bootlegs, I love, but they're too expensive. Far too expensive. Yeah, so I'm going to stick to. I mean, would you call Takara wind up a bootleg? No. It was George Lucas's favourite toy, though. So I wouldn't call it a bootleg. Anybody else?
What do you think about the new retro figures that have just come out? I was looking
the Mando one, anything like
The retro ones. Yeah, they're alright. They're alright. They're getting people back into collecting, I think. And getting people to like the originals. I did get the first 3 waves. I got the Star Wars, the Empire, and I loved them. Loved them. Then I got the Mandalorian, and I thought, this is not what I used to have. This is good, but I'm not having the feels, the nostalgia of having these on a card. And I must admit, going into Asda and seeing carded Star Wars figures, I had to go. I had to go. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, each to their own. Like I say, split what you want. I do like the Darth Vader, the Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader, simply because we finally got a cloth cape and that lightsaber. Yeah, I had to get that one. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the. They came out with the first 6 in the box, didn't they? Now they come out with the next 6 in the box. It's £120, so I'm not getting it just yet. I might get it when it comes down, but I would like to get that just because of the 3PO and the R2. The back metalised, they've gone back to back metalising them, and they look fantastic. I've seen them in the cabinet downstairs, and I will get them eventually, I think. I've got a couple of friends ask me to get some as well, but they probably won't get them if they see the price of them. So, yeah. Any other questions before we finish? No? Yeah?
Budget aside, what's like your dream collection? Like, if somebody said to you, go buy whatever toys you want, and like, don't worry about the price, what would you go for? Like, what's your absolute dream set?
Probably, I don't want the most negative, but probably Flicks. I mean, you're going to expect to see Rocky find Boba Fett, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. But even if I had millions and billions and billions of pounds, I'd probably still wouldn't buy one. Because at the end of the day, why would you pay? How much are they going for now? 50,000, 100,000? Why would you pay all that for a little bit of plastic? I know all the story behind it. I could have gone down, I could have talked about the Rocky fighting Boba Fett because I think the safety issues of that are bollocks, basically.
Yeah, I think they were more dangerous not having a rocket fire.
They couldn't get it to work.
Because I saw the advert on TV and then I'm trying to pull it out and I lost my back teeth. There's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
I've still got that figure, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was just because they couldn't get it to work and they couldn't get it to work for the price.
But yeah, that was saying about, people losing an eye and all that.
Tell you what I would like though, I am really after is a double telescoping look.
Yeah.
Oh, I would so love like how we go for that now. Obviously Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader, but you're never going to see those. Also, anybody got any double telescoping figures? No? Yeah, those double telescoping mugs, I'll say that. I'll say double telescoping mugs, that's one. It's in my price point. It's been in my price range. I could probably afford that. But again, I'm from Yorkshire, I'm tight. So, unless there's any more questions?
You never problem with the 12-inch figures?
The 12-inch I have, I've got a Princess Leia collection. I've got the 12-inch vintage Princess Leia. Love that. That is the best sculpt Carrie Fisher they ever did. It's beautiful. And I have the Vader that I've fixed. Yeah, his arm broken off and all the plastic was broken. And I reattached it, put the elastic bands in and everything, so I fixed all that. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like, obviously, like an IG-88. I'd love an IG-88 and a Boba Fett. But I would like to have done those Empire Strikes Back ones as well. Another Carrie Fisher, another Princess Leia, please. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Any more? No? Right, that's it then.
Thank you.
say I just winged it. Basically, it's a passion of mine, and I thought there's no point writing it down because it's not that I know everything. It's just that it's what I love. So it's my passion, and I know what I love.
It's from
Yeah.
Cat.
I'm gonna put a cloth cape on.